The night was unusually quiet at the dispatch center. One of those nights where the cold seems to settle inside the building, and even the machines hum a little softer. Most of the operators were wrapping up their shifts. I stayed behind to finish reports, hoping the phones would remain silent until the next rotation. They didn't. The phone rang with a sharp click, followed by a faint static buzz. The kind you hear when a call comes from very far away or from a place where signals aren't supposed to reach. Before I could say my usual greeting, someone spoke. A man. But his voice, it didn't sound right. It was faint, trembling, breathless, like he was speaking through fog or through the last bit of strength he had left. "Please, help me." My hand froze on the keyboard. I asked him what was happening. There was a long pause, as if he needed to gather whatever little air remained inside him. I'm dead." At first I thought he meant he was dying. Calls like that happen. People panic, they exaggerate. But then he continued, "I can't move. I'm lying on the ground. It's cold." His breathing was shallow, hollow, as if his chest barely rose. I asked him where he was, if he could describe his surroundings. Rustling noises came through the line. Not wind, not fabric. Something softer, like earth shifting. "I'm in the dirt," he whispered. "Everything is dark. I don't know how I got here." I felt a shiver crawl up my spine. People trapped in caves, basements, ditches, that I understood. But this man sounded like he was speaking from inside a grave. I asked for landmarks, points of reference, anything. He struggled to speak. I heard footsteps before I woke up here, someone dragging something heavy. Then the sound changed. A low hum, like the line itself was breathing. I tried to keep him alert. I asked him his name. That's when his voice broke completely. I think someone killed me." Those words hit the room like ice. I immediately dispatched a patrol to the GPS coordinates the system showed. They were vague, off the main road, near a stretch of forest rarely used by drivers. While the team rushed to the area, I stayed on the line. I asked him if he was injured. Static swallowed part of the answer, but I caught enough to tighten my stomach. Blood on my shirt, but I don't feel pain. I don't feel anything. I urged him to stay conscious, to keep talking, but the pauses between each word were getting longer. He sounded like he was drifting away, not just physically, but as if he were sinking into someplace far from where the living speak. "Someone's here," he whispered suddenly. That made me sit up straight. I asked him to describe who he saw. Silence pressed against the line. Then, "I can't see a face. There's no face." The air in the room turned cold enough to sting. The rustling near him grew louder, like fingers dragging through soil. He started breathing fast, panic rising. They're bending down. I can feel them near my head. I told him the patrol was minutes away. "It's too late," he whispered. "It's already happening." And the last thing I heard was a sound impossible to place. A mixture of earth shifting and a low groan so distorted it vibrated in my teeth. And then the call cut. Just an empty hum remained. I called his name repeatedly. Nothing. The patrol radioed in. "We're at the coordinates. Nothing here. No person, no body, no signs of struggle." I asked them to check again. They scanned every meter of the area. No footprints, no blood, no drag marks, nothing disturbed. It was as if no one had ever been there. The patrol expanded the search, checking the roadside, the small slope, the ditch, the trees. Still nothing. Back at the center, I tried calling the number. Ring once, ring twice, ring three. The system displayed, number invalid. I went through the logs. The number had been active during the call. It wasn't spoofed, it wasn't blocked, it wasn't a ghost contact or a faulty relay. It belonged to a man whose body had been found earlier that afternoon, murdered, not far from the same forest, covered in dirt, lying exactly the way the caller described. His estimated time of death? Hours before the call reached my station. The patrol confirmed the report. Everyone froze. Even now, I don't know how the call reached us or why. But sometimes late at night between shifts, I still hear that static, that same hollow breathing, as if the man is trying to call again, or as if something else is trying to finish the conversation he started. This is one more case we can't explain. And the next file is already on its way. Subscribe. Some stories only reach those who are prepared to hear them.